Lifesurf Pharmacy is a healthcare provider for genuine medicine. Our main branch is located at Rubis Toll Station, Sabaki, Athi River on Mombasa Road. Our top value is convenient healthcare and dispensing quality prescriptions at the best value proposition. Our main attention spans around providing quality medicine and excellent services to our customers. We're giving 10% discounts on all supplements, hypertension, and diabetic drugs. We also believe you shouldn't pay too much to stay healthy, and that's why we'll match any advertised price on prescriptions and medicines. Lifesurf Pharmacy is a healthcare provider with a human touch.
Hello everybody, my name is Pastor Ruth Stevens and I am a worship minister, a gospel artist. You can find me on YouTube at Ruth Stevens Global and on Boomplay. Yeah.
Wow, my name is Steven. I'm Murimi. I'm a pastor. I'm a sound engineer and a businessman of sorts, but mainly a pastor. 3 years of marriage has been good, quite good. I think the highlight was actually getting a child for me. That was actually something. See, as for relating with your wife, you normally relate even before you get married in terms of being friends and knowing each other. But then when you start the marriage, what highlights or basically cements the relationship is the arrival of children in the picture. So for me, getting my son, who is now an year, 1 year, 1 month, I think was the highlight of our 3-year journey, and it's been so amazing.
The same. My highlight also is becoming a parent, becoming a mother, and it has been an amazing journey, the 3 years we have been married. And also for me, the best part of my 3-year journey was the fact that we are friends with my husband. So we are not strangers and we are still friends. So we can talk about anything and everything without even feeling judged. You know, you have a safe space to just be yourself. Yeah.
And you see, that is amazing what you're saying, because most marriages, by the time you're getting to 3 years or by the time children are coming, is when now you start realizing that there are certain challenges you experience when children start coming that maybe are not there when you're alone. And it can strain a marriage and all that. But there she's saying we have become even more friends now. Yeah. We have become tighter, we have become stronger. It's been more amazing as time goes by, and it's a beautiful journey. It's a good journey. I think the first time I met her was in St. Andrews.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I met you first time. The very first time I met you was in St. Andrews.
Yeah, you were ulikuwa unaniingiza GNLD.
Yeah, I was trying to put her in this network marketing thing that we used to do, and it was amazing. And then, but we didn't really relate too much there, because at that point we were like in different ministries, so to speak. But then in 2014, I happened to join the ministry where she was serving, and started, and immediately, the funny thing is when I joined, I actually joined the department she was the head. So it's like I became one of the members of her department, because I remember it was the praise and worship.
Yes.
And so I used to sing, so I joined the department and became one of her members. And then you could not even, there was no love, nothing, It was just purely
leader,
leader, and she used to bully me. So the other day I was telling her, now I can revenge. Because of what happened. But then after a while, I left the praise and worship department, and then I became the sound engineer of the church. So now we were both now heads of departments, and now we started working together, so to speak. It was not until 2016 that I developed interests, you know, an interest of more than friendship, so to speak. And I think it started developing in 2015, but it's in 2016 that I actually took the step to approach her and tell her what I feel and what I'm planning and what I'm thinking. And by God's grace, she actually, you know, accepted, and that's where the journey started. What are the highlights for you? Maybe there's something I've left out.
No, the interesting thing is when he was serving in my department in praise and worship, before he left, after he left and started serving in the sound department, he was the sound engineer of the church and I was the worship leader, and he used to annoy me to the core. My gosh, because
maybe it was a strategy.
No. Yani nilikuwa na jam. After service, the first place I would go was the sound desk and ask, what are you doing? Why can't you fix my microphone? Right. And
but
then,
interestingly enough, it's during those times that now we started becoming friends.
Yes, actually.
You know, I think tulikosana sana. We kept you know, having quarrels until at one point we were like, I remember, I think one day I told you, I know you have come to complain, but before you complain, let me get you some food. You complain as you are eating. And from there, she always used to like to come to complain so that I can offer more food.
And then at some point, it just adjusted, and then now I could no longer go to the sound desk and complain. I would just go and say hi and eat lunch, and we're good. We go home.
So one of the tricks, lunch, food, is a good trick. Then we started dating. I remember we started dating on May 28th.
Yes, 2016.
May 28th of 2016. That's when we started dating. For a young couple that has just started life, one of the biggest challenges you might face might be financial. And sometimes people want to hide their heads under the sand concerning this matter, but it's actually there. And it puts a lot of strain on the relationship, so to speak. And if you have not gotten to a point whereby you can see the bigger picture and still work on the small picture, you might actually be in a place of a relationship threatening kind of problem, you know. So I did think we experienced that a bit, not too much, but it was one of the challenges we experienced. But by God's grace, by the support we had, and by the relationship we had with God, we were able to maneuver through it. And I can say that we are in a way better place than we were in, and that God has been faithful all through. I think something that I didn't tell you is that this marriage was a faith project, so to speak. Obviously, we are born again. Yes. By now, you know, and we are in a church setup and all that. So for us, getting married was not really a decision of, you know, we can do it. Let's get married. You know, it was basically a faith project, so to speak. And I remember by the time I wanted to get married, I had nada. You know, I had zero, man. I didn't have nothing. I didn't even have a job. And my job had ended that season. I remember I didn't even have a place to stay. I was living in somebody else's house in an SQ. And then here I was saying I want to get married, you know. So it was really a faith project, if I would put it that way. It was actually a faith project, and it took a lot of prayer, a lot of, you know, trusting God and having faith. But imagine the testimonies we got were serious. The testimonies for that season were, amazing. To date, we have never forgotten them. You know, it was just an amazing thing to see God come through in such a way for young people that want to do it right, you know, without having to, you know, chichanganya with a lot of stuff and all that. And it was amazing. It was amazing. What would be one of the challenges you experienced, maybe?
For me, I'll start with dating. 3 months after we started dating, I wanted to break up with him, and it had it had nothing to do. It had everything to do with, I felt like because he's a choleric, he's a take charge kind of person. So I felt like apana, wezi kuona ni I felt like he was like sort of bullying me. Have you ever felt bullied in a relationship? I was like, I can't stand this bullying, by the way. It's not a must. 3 months down the line. And I actually wanted to break up with him secretly. You know the way you, like Joseph wanted to break up with Mary secretly until the angel revealed in the dream. So I had really planned to break up with him. And I wanted to do it secretly without anybody knowing. Yeah, even him, he would have found out later.
Sooner or later, I would have found out.
Yeah, you see. But at the end of the day, somehow, what had helped me was listening to sound counsel, you know. Somebody sat me down and told me, by the way, all men have issues, you know. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will ever be 100% perfect. And he told me, if 80% is okay, 20% is grace. So, and so this person asked me, so has he ever beaten you? No. Has he ever slapped you? No. Is he abusive? No. So if 80% is okay, 20% you can work on it. You can pray about it and work on it until, you know. So yeah, that is basically why at some point I felt like, hey, this guy, you're bullying me, talk to me. But
and interestingly enough, I think that aspect was also one of the things I really liked about her.
Yeah.
That I could actually, I normally tell her, I married you primarily because you are teachable. You know, like I could sit you down and, you know, tell you something and discuss something with you and you actually see my point of view.
The thing that I felt like, and I'm still working on it. I'm not 100%. You see, my husband is a perfectionist. Me, I am not. I'm not a perfectionist. You know, it's interesting. In our marriage, he does not leave socks behind. But I am the person. I can enter the bedroom where I have removed my top and leave it there. As in, that's, you know. I'm not a perfectionist, basically, and it's something I've had to work on, and I'm still working on it, being a neat person, you know. I felt like, hey, because he would come and be like, how can this house be looking like this? How can you put that thing? That thing was not supposed to be there. You know, you can't be. And I'm like, hey, hii ni pressure gani nimechingiza? I was like, you know what? I think I need to adjust myself, you know. Yeah. Let's work on my tidiness. I was like, I need to be really tidy. I need to be, you know, because I'm all over the place sometimes. And so I learned now I have to, because of him, I learned how to do things his way, you know. Sometimes hata kupiga nguo pasi, you know, nilikuwa nimezoea,
unaweka shati yangu
you
line
know,
mbili.
Shati lazima iwekwe hivi, ifanywe hivi, alafu so it's something I had to learn, and I'm still working on it, by the way.
And you see, the most beautiful thing about it is that you, when it comes to somebody changing and the aspect of changing in marriage, you have to also be in a place whereby you can compromise.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because even how she is right now, which is way better, and I commend her for that, it did not take a day. You know, they say Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah.
It takes time to change, you know. I think something that the current generation likes, you know, we are called the microwave generation because we like things instant. All sorts of businesses, the model they approach the young generation with is instant gratification of whatever it is they are selling. And I found that it doesn't work in marriage. You have to be somebody that can compromise and be able to tolerate and be able to be patient with somebody as they morph into somebody better. You know, the same way when you're raising a child, when they poop on themselves, you don't start with beating them. You know, you first start by training them how to do it. In fact, there are many years your work is just to clean up the poop, and they will poop in the next 1 hour. So I realized that also in marriage, it's like a child. A marriage is like a child. You need to have a season whereby you just patiently nurture each other. It's like a nurturing journey. I have to nurture her strengths and help her with her weaknesses, you know. Same, she has to nurture me in my strength in my strength and support me in my strengths, and be able to help me in my weaknesses, so that daily you are able to get better and better. That's why marriage should become sweeter as you go, not bitter or worse. It should be a journey whereby you become a better version of yourself every other year, you know, every other. So I always look forward to every anniversary, because it's in our anniversary that I sit down and take stock of, okay, these 3 years, the challenges that we used to experience in the first year, are they still there in this second year? And then you realize, wow, we have been able to work on this, we have been able to work on this, we have been able to change this. So it's actually work. Marriage is work. Most people think marriage is all bliss, you know, and for youngsters that maybe have not been there, done that, they think it's just a lot of, you know, intimacy. Yeah, you know, there's a very, we are in a culture that aspect of life is very pronounced, and it's all over the place, you know. So sometimes it puts a picture of like that's the only thing that happens there, but basically it's a lot of work. It's part of it, but the rest is a lot of work, because that aspect of life, it's a very short time, you know, but the rest of the time is actually working on the marriage and making it work. So marriage is work. I think we have come to agree that marriage is work.
It is actually work.
There's a lot she's working on, there's a lot I'm working on, and as we are working on it, we are working on our marriage and making it better as we go. Yeah. I used to be very blunt.
Yes.
I had a sharp mouth. I had a sharp mouth. Hey, man. My mouth was my weapon. And it's because of probably how I was raised. Not that I was raised badly, lest my mom sees this and calls me for a meeting. Not that I was raised badly, but the setup I was raised in was a bit rough. And so I had to find a coping mechanism. And it turned out to be, it was my mouth, because I was not very big, so to speak. So my kind of defense became my mouth. And so when I met her, I was just me. I used to be blunt, I used to be rough, you know. These romantic thing people talk about, I don't think it was existing in my vocabulary, you know. Me, I knew, let's do this, you know, what is it, there's no problem, you know. I remember she would do something and I would be so annoyed. And because I'm a Christian, I won't like abuse her or anything, but I will tell you something in Queen's English that will make you feel like like you're a nobody or something. And so part of the thing I remember I had to really work on was how I speak and communication, because it was even one of the things as we were going through counseling and, you know, the premarital kind of thing. It was one of the things my bishop was talking to me about working on, because he was like, it can't work in marriage. And one of the advices he gave me that I found priceless was that when a woman is, where a woman is concerned, everything you give her, she multiplies it and gives it back to you. So if you give a woman a sperm, she will incubate it for 9 months and give you back a baby. If you give a woman groceries, she will go to the kitchen, do something with it and bring you food. And so he told me it's the same with everything when a woman is concerned. If you give a woman harsh words, she will incubate them. The day you will be given back those harsh words that you like speaking, you will be shocked. You know, and so he told me it's a path of foolishness. In the sense, there is nothing better that you are going to look forward up on Bele. You will just turn her into a worse version of who you are. Oh yeah. And he told me you need to regulate your words. And also being the head, you need to, you know, prop up, encourage, you know, motivate, nurture your wife, not really cut her down, you know, and criticize her all the time, you know, and tell her all the things that she has wrong as if you don't have your own, you know, and help her actually become. And when I started, you know, changing that aspect of my life, it actually became, my marriage became way, way better. At one point, I didn't even know I was about to be dumped. You know, me, I thought everything is cool, you know, we are pumping. Kumbe nilikuwa karibu kudampiwa. And I think that was the challenge that time. Yeah, the reason he wanted to dump me was because of how I speak. So it reiterates the position I said earlier. You need a lot of counsel, because if you think you're perfect, you will shock yourself. You know, when you're going through your normal life, your friends might not call you out. You know, the people you're relating with in your workplace, your colleagues might not call you out, but you need somebody that can actually sit down and tell you what you're doing is foolish, man. And if you don't work on it, it will destroy you and it will destroy your marriage. I don't think there's any marriage that gets destroyed without somebody having had a chance to work on it. Oh yeah, any marriage that ever got destroyed anywhere, if those two people in that marriage had a chance to change something that would have made their marriage actually work, and you didn't, that's why the thing fell apart, you know, because you don't, things don't just fall apart. And I know there's that book, Things Fall Apart. And my bishop likes saying that things don't go wrong, things start wrong. So if I had started my marriage on a certain footing of funny speaking and sowed those seeds in her life, it would have taken her maybe a while, but I would have gotten them back somehow. And when I would have gotten back somehow, I would have been, I feel disrespected, that is very wrong. And then it would have now spiraled into something else completely. And then you find that you don't even know how to compromise, you don't know how to say sorry, even for men, you know. Sometimes you're in a generation of very macho men. Me says I'm a damn sorry, you know. But then you can't do a marriage without knowing how to apologize and get your spouse on one end of the on the same page, so to speak. Yeah. Wow. I think it's been an amazing journey, quite an amazing journey. I think I'll reiterate the fact that the same reason I married you and fell in love with you is the same reason I keep falling in love with you every day. I like that you're teachable and that you are somebody that I can, you know, lay down my vision, so to speak, and you are able to support it without many issues. And I love that part about you. I really love that part about you, that we can actually work together and that you are able to support me, sometimes even in things that you don't think are feasible or or practical, or you're like, okay, let's do it, what is it? I really love that. I really love that. And I enjoy the fact that you are okay with me. You are okay with me, with where I am in my life. You don't give me pressure to become things that I am not, you know, that I will become, but I am not right now. I love that you are content. You are content with where we are, and you are hopeful, and you are helping me work towards us becoming something better and greater, having a brighter future, you know. The fact that you are able to pray even for my dreams. I love that you pray. And you pray for us, you pray for what we are trusting God to do. You pray for our, you know, marriage to work and all that. I love the fact that you are prayerful and you push us to a better place every day because of who you are. And I love that you're not cantankerous. You know, I love that fact that you are easygoing. By the way, I enjoy spending time with you. And it's been one of the highlights or one of the, you know, pillars that has kept our marriage going strong. I enjoy actually spending time with you. That's why I like going with you everywhere when I have time. You know, I like going with you to dinners, taking you out, going for walks. It's because I enjoy your company, you know. And I'm glad that even after 3 years of marriage, I'm still enjoying your company. You know, I'm still enjoying the talks. I'm still enjoying the pillow talks, you know. I'm still enjoying the, you know, movies, even when you're doing it in the house without 3D glasses. And I have to rewind 9 times to see one part. I love that you tolerate my perceived, you know, weaknesses, things that I'm still working on. You are able to, you know, stand with me through some hard times when there are few challenges here and there. You have never really shown me like you have an option out, you know, or a way out. I love the fact that you have stuck with me, and you have shown me that you will stick with me through the different varying circumstances of life. You know, it's assuring to know that you are with me, and that you have made up your mind to stay with me, and that even in other challenges that might appear, that might come after, and you know, as life progresses, you will still stick with me, and we will fight it together, and we'll overcome every challenge, and we'll become. You know, I love that about you, and so I love you, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at 40, at 50, at 60, you know, and growing old together. You know, it's a journey I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Wow, it has been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
And I am honored to actually walk this journey with you.
Yeah.
You have been an amazing leader, an amazing husband, an amazing father to our baby. Honestly speaking, I don't have much words to. I'm not very wordy like you, but
What salad?
I am blessed to have you in my life, and I'm blessed that we are walking this journey together. Yeah, like I normally say, we are together. Na ikifika time yetu ya kuitwa tutaitwa pamoja when we are 120, but
and we get buried in the same coffin.
But I love you too much. I love you too much.
Love you too.
Love you so much. You're amazing. You're amazing. Kabisa kabisa.
In fact, nakupeleka out after this.
Hallelujah. We give God the
Lifesurf Pharmacy is a healthcare provider for genuine medicine. Our main branch is located at Rubis Toll Station, Sabaki, Athi River on Mombasa Road. Our top value is convenient healthcare and dispensing quality prescriptions at the best value proposition. Our main attention spans around providing quality medicine and excellent services to our customers. We're giving 10% discounts on all supplements, hypertension, and diabetic drugs. We also believe you shouldn't pay too much to stay healthy, and that's why we'll match any advertised price on prescriptions and medicines. Lifesurf Pharmacy is a healthcare provider with a human touch.